Aloha, this is Brother Kimball. This is a quick summary of what I did in class today, and this is mainly to help those students who are not in class, mainly because you're off island or taking the class online. I had the class come in, and I immediately started talking German to them after we started with the opening prayer. So had you been in class, this is what you would have heard. Guten Morgen, Klasse. Ich freue mich, dass Sie hier in Klasse sein können. Ich werde welche Sachen heute diskutieren. Ich hoffe, dass Sie alles verstehen. And so then I spoke for about 30 seconds in German. And then I made the point. I asked, who could understand what I said, and there was actually nobody in the class who understood German. I asked them why. They said, well, because they don't speak German. Why don't you speak German? Because you didn't prepare to speak German. And then I made a correlation between that and this particular class. If you did not come to class prepared, having studied the language of accounting, which is all the items for hours 3 and 4, if you had not done all these prepare assignments here and these prepare assignments here, that means that you're coming to class not really being prepared to speak the language of accounting. The engage and improve will do engage in class and improve after class, but that's the point I'm making, is that in order to get the most out of class and to understand the most possible, then you need to actually prepare. And so if you'll prepare before class, you'll get more out of class. So after I made that point, I hope students understood that and appreciate it, and that will encourage them to prepare before class. Then what I did is I had them scroll down past hour 11, so they came to these learning objective practice quizzes. As you can see, I have a quiz for each learning objective for Lesson 1A, as well as Lesson 1B and for the whole course. So I had them get in pairs of 2 or 3, and they read these learning objectives. Then as a group, they chose one learning objective that they thought was the most important or most helpful and or most difficult to learn. And then they discussed what they knew about that topic. As soon as they had that short discussion, then I had them take the quiz. So for example, let's say this is the one. They then took the quiz. In this case, I'd have to resume it because I tried it before. Take the quiz and then submit. And then after everybody had done that, then what I did is I had them talk about what they learned from that quiz, or what were the key points that they should learn. Okay? And we used these quizzes as a means of homing in on the key points related to each objective. Now, we didn't get through all of them because, some of them are not as important as others, or we just didn't have the time. All of them could potentially be tested on the exam, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But we used that as the means of discussion. Then we went on to Lesson 1B and did the same thing. Okay? So that's kind of how class went. We did a lot of quizzes, we did a lot of discussion, we tried to highlight the key points, and by the end, hopefully students felt comfortable with the key items here. I then talked about some test-taking strategies. The main point is that you should read the question first. Don't even look at the possible answers. Read the question first. Talk in your mind about what you think the right answer is and what the principles are that you'd use. And then, after you've got your thinking clear, then look at the possible answers. Okay, that's the key point. After we've gone through Lesson 1A and 1B, then what I did is I referred to this in hour 11. This link here has something that indicates what I'm going to be testing on the exam. Okay, so if you click on this, an Excel spreadsheet opens up, which looks like this. Okay, and as you can see, these are those same learning objectives, and I bolded those that I think are the most important. So what that means is there'll definitely be one question on the exam related to this topic, and one here, one here. Now, for these others that do not indicate that one will be tested, I will randomly choose 2 of them for which a question will be given. So 2 questions will be from here, 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 and here in total. Okay? So from Lesson 1A, there will be a total of 6 questions, 4 from here and 2 from the remaining. Lesson 1B, you can see what the weighting is. So you might use this as a guide of knowing what will be tested more heavily on the exams. Okay? And then I just kind of wrapped up just saying, as you take the class, make sure, sorry, let me get back to this. As you take the class, remember that the prepare assignments you should complete before class. Let's go down to the hour 3 and 4. Prepare things you do before class. Engage is what we'll do in class, and improve is what we should finish by midnight, 11:59 p.m. after class. And so all students should have everything done related to hours 3 and 4 prior to 11:59 p.m. the day of class. And that's it. I hope this is helpful, and aloha.